On the occasion of International Women's Day, 8 March, we remember a queen whose name echoes through the ages, Rani Karnavati of Mewar. While the precise date of her passing remains shrouded in the mist of time, we choose this day, a day dedicated to celebrating female strength and resilience, to honor her ultimate sacrifice and unwavering spirit. This isn't just about a historical event, it's about recognizing the enduring legacy of a woman who chose honor above all else. Rani Karnavati became the wife of Rana Sangha, a great warrior king of Mewar. With Rana Sangha's unfortunate passing, she became a widow with two sons, Vikramaditya and the young Uday Singh, and Mewar faced a period of instability. Vikramaditya, though the heir, was deemed an ineffective ruler. It was Rani Karnavati who stepped forward, assuming the responsibilities of leadership during a turbulent time. She understood the intricacies of governance and possessed a deep commitment to her people. Though her formal ruling period was relatively short, her impact during that time was profound. The greatest challenge of Karnavati was Bahadur Shah of Gujarat and his army. He had set his eyes on Mewar and wanted to bring the kingdom to his knees. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, Rani Karnavati took several steps as she knew the army could not defeat them. She strategically used diplomacy to fight against the imminent threat and thus approached Emperor Humayun, sending him a Haraki and seeking his protection. This was more than just a plea for help. It was a symbolic gesture appealing to a sense of duty and brotherhood. The gesture, however, did not play out as she wanted. Help from Humayun was delayed. In the face of inevitable defeat, Rani Karnavati made a decision that would forever define her legacy. Knowing that her forces were outnumbered and defeat was imminent, Rani Karnavati chose Johar, the act of self immolation, to protect herself and the other women in the fort from dishonor. She chose death to protect the dignity of the Rajput lineage. Let us remember the strength of Rani Karnavati on this day of March 8 by remembering the courageous woman she led to the immortality. Though her life ended in tragedy, Rani Karnavati's legacy continues to inspire. Her courage, her leadership, and her ultimate sacrifice have made her a symbol of Rajput valor and female strength. On this International Women's Day, let us remember Rani Karnavati of Mewar, the flame of Chittor, not for her death, but for the life she lived, the values she upheld, and the enduring inspiration she provides. She is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can shine brightly. History often remembers the most prominent figures, but sometimes it's the lesser known stories that offer the richest insights. Today, we are also exploring the fascinating tale of Rani Karnavati, not of Mewar, but of Garhwal. While both queens shared a name and a fierce dedication to their kingdoms, their stories unfolded in very different landscapes. Let's delve into the life of Rani Karnavati of Garhwal and draw a comparison with her more famous namesake, Garhwal. Nestled in the mighty Himalayas of present day Uttarakhand, was a fiercely independent kingdom in the 17th century. It was ruled by the Shah dynasty, a powerful force in the region. Now, to the south, the Mughal Empire under Shah Jahan was at its peak, hungry for expansion, hungry for land and power. Shah Jahan had a very successful army. The Mughals did not usually have problems conquering land. The mountainous terrain made invasion hard, but the Mughals were determined and well funded. Their armies were huge. The strategic location of Garhwal was too valuable to leave alone. When Raja Mahipat Shah died, his young son Prithvipati Shah was too young to rule. So his wife Rani Karnavati stepped up as regent. Now, ruling a kingdom is never easy, especially when the most powerful empire in the land has its eyes on you. The Rani was not like other women, and she was aware of the Mughal threat looming over her kingdom. Mughal armies began to encroach, and it was clear that invasion was on the horizon. Karnavati now had to defend the kingdom. The Mughals, led by General Nazabat Khan, marched into Garhwal. Some say the Rani deliberately lured them into the treacherous mountain passes. Now, accounts vary, but the core story remains the same. Rani Karnavati trapped the Mughal army. Instead of killing them all, she ordered her soldiers to cut off the noses of the survivors before releasing them back to Shah Jahan. The Mughal army was in total shame. Can you imagine the humiliation? This act, however, gruesome sent a clear message. Garhwal would not be conquered easily. While the nose cutting is the most famous part of a story, it is important to remember that Rani Karnavati was more than just a warrior queen. She was a shrewd ruler who understood the value of strategy. She knew the terrain of Garhwal intimately was used to her advantage. While the Mughals were on the offensive, she took advantage of the mountains. She may have had fewer warriors than the Mughals, but she took full advantage of her land and turned it into a war machine. She protected her people and secured the independence of Garhwal for decades to come. Rani Karnavati is a true inspiration. Her story is a reminder that courage and cunning can overcome even the most formidable opponents. She is a symbol of resistance against oppression, and her legend continues to inspire people in Uttarakhand and beyond. So let's remember Rani Karnavati, the Nakkati Rani, the queen who dared to defy the Mughal Empire. Now, let's draw a comparison to Rani Karnavati of Mewar. Both were queens who ruled as regents for their young sons during periods of intense threat. Rani Karnavati of Mewar is known for her desperate plea and Rakhi to Humayun and the Johar she led. Rani Karnavati of Garhwal, on the other hand, is remembered for her clever military tactics and ruthless defense of her kingdom. Though their stories differ in their circumstances and outcomes, both Rani Karnavatis embody the unwavering spirit of Indian queens who were prepared to do whatever it took to protect their people. Rani Karnavati of Garhwal's tale reminds us that bravery can manifest in many forms, not just in self sacrifice, but also in strategic brilliance and defensive action. Both these rulers were iconic leaders, and their names will remain in history forever. Next time you think about a story, think about both the brave queens. Let's remember her name and legacy. We also remember a true revolutionary, a pioneer, and a beacon of hope, Savitri Bai Phule. More than just a historical figure, she was a force of nature who dared to challenge the deeply entrenched inequalities of her time. This video is a tribute to her extraordinary life and enduring legacy. Born in 1831 in Maharashtra, India, Savitri Bai Phule's life took an unexpected turn when she was married to Jyoti Rao Phule at the young age of 9. Jyoti Rao, a visionary himself, recognized Savitri Bai's Phule potential and made it his mission to educate her. This was unheard of at the time, as women were largely denied access to education and knowledge. Together, Savitri Bai and Jyotirao Phule embarked on a mission to revolutionize education. In 1848, they established the first school for girls in Pune, India. This was a radical act of defiance against the prevailing social norms. Savitri Bai became the school's first teacher, facing immense opposition and backlash from conservative elements in society. She faced verbal abuse, stones were thrown at her, and she was ostracized, but she remained steadfast in her commitment. Savitribai Phule's work extended beyond education. She and Jyoti Rao actively fought against caste discrimination, untouchability, and other forms of social injustice. They opened their home to vulnerable women, including widows and pregnant women, facing societal rejection. Savitribai became a powerful voice for the marginalized and oppressed. Savitribai's Phule's life was tragically cut short on March 10th, 1897, while caring for plague patient. She contracted the disease herself and passed away, leaving behind a legacy of courage, compassion, and unwavering commitment to social reform. Her death is a reminder of her sacrifices to the society. Savitribai Phule's legacy continues to inspire generations. She is remembered as a symbol of women's empowerment, social justice, and the transformative power of education. She is the true mother of women in India and should never be forgotten. Let's honor Savitribai Phule by continuing her fight for equality, justice, and education for all. Her story is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, one person can make a profound difference. Jai Hind.